Chapter 15. Hi. I feel unbearably shy when I open the door. Christian is standing on the porch in his jeans and leather jacket. "Hi," he says, and his face lights up with his radiant smile. I take a moment to admire the pretty. Oh my, he's hot in leather. "Come in." "If I may," he says, amused. He holds up a bottle of champagne as he walks in. "I thought we'd celebrate your graduation. Nothing beats a good Bollinger." "Interesting choice of words," I comment dryly. He grins. "Oh, I like your ready wit, Anastasia." "We only have teacups. We've packed all the glasses." "Teacups? Sounds good to me." I head into the kitchen, nervous, butterflies flooding my stomach. It's like having a panther or mountain lion, all unpredictable and predatory, in my living room. "Do you want saucers as well?" "Teacups will be fine, Anastasia," Christian calls distractedly from the living room. "Next time you roll your eyes at me, I will take you across my knee." "What?" I breathe, and I can see the excitement in his eyes. "Oh," he responds, mirroring my tone. "So it begins, Anastasia." My heart slams against my chest, and the butterflies escape from my stomach into my constricting throat. Why is that hot? He fills my cup, and I drink practically all of it. Chastened, I stare up at him. "Got your attention now, haven't I?" I nod. "Answer me." "Yes, you've got my attention." "Good." He smiles a knowing smile. "So sexual acts. We've done most of this." I move closer to him on the couch and glance down at the list. Appendix 3. Soft limits. To be discussed and agreed between both parties. Does the submissive consent to masturbation, cunnilingus, fellatio, swallowing, semen, vaginal intercourse, vaginal fisting, anal intercourse, anal fisting? "No fisting, you say? Anything else you object to?" he asks softly. Oh, it's supposed to be softly. I swallow. Anal intercourse doesn't exactly float my boat. We're gonna skip this part. Um, okay, there's more lists. Does the submissive consent to the use of "Anastasia," he cajoles. "I'm sorry. Believe me, I don't mean to laugh. I've never had this conversation in so much detail. You're just so inexperienced. I'm sorry." His eyes are big and gray and sincere. I thaw a little and take another sip of champagne. "Right. Bondage," he says, returning to the list. I examine the list, and my inner goddess bounces up and down like a small child waiting for ice cream. Does the submissive consent to bondage with rope, bondage with leather cuffs, bondage with handcuffs / shackles / manacles, bondage with tape, bondage with other? Christian raises his eyebrows. "Well?" "Fine," I whisper, and quickly look back at the list. Does the submissive consent to be constrained with hands bound in front, ankles bound, elbows bound, hands behind back, knees bound, wrists bound to ankles, binding with spread bar, binding to fixed items, furniture, etc., suspension? Does the submissive consent to be blindfolded? Does the submissive consent to be gagged? "We've talked about suspension, and it's fine if you want to set that up as a hard limit. It takes a great deal of time, and I only have you for short periods of time anyway. Anything else?" "Don't laugh at me, but what's a spreader bar?" "I promise not to laugh. I've apologized twice." He glares at me. "Don't make me do it again," he warns, and I think I visibly shrink. Oh, he's so bossy. Chapter 16. Slowly the outside world invades my senses, and oh my, what an invasion. I am floating, my limbs soft and languid, utterly spent. I am lying on top of him, my head on his chest, and he smells divine. Freshly laundered linen and some expensive body wash, and the best, most seductive scent on the planet. Christian.
I don't want to move. I want to breathe this elixir for eternity. I nuzzle him, wishing I didn't have the barrier of his t-shirt, and as rhyme and reason return to the rest of my body, I stretch my hand out on his chest. This is the first time I've touched him here. He's firm, strong. His hand swoops up and grabs mine, but he softens the blow by pulling it to his mouth and sweetly kissing my knuckles. He rolls over so he's gazing down at me. "Don't," he murmurs, then kisses me lightly. "Why don't you like to be touched?" I whisper, staring up into his soft gray eyes.
"Because I'm 50 shades of fucked up, Anastasia."
Oh. His honesty is completely disarming. I blink up at him.
"I've had a very tough introduction to life. I don't want to burden you with the details. Just don't."
He strokes his nose against mine, and then he pulls out of me and sits up.